Hello and welcome back to another video. Today we're in the Adventure Jeep and we're headed out to Findlay Market. I guess we're going to give it a shot to get down there. It is a Friday and we're about 9:20 in the morning. Findlay Market doesn't open until 9 a.m. so it didn't make any sense to go down any earlier. So we're out, it'll be about a half-hour ride, it looks like, downtown, which means there's going to be some traffic, which again, it's even though we're in the summer, it's rush hour time and we're still kind of in it, so it's probably going to be a little bit of a pain, but we'll get down there. And again, the idea is, as we've been doing, is we're going to continue to take the Leica Q and we're going to go out and we're going to photograph architecture. We're going to photograph street scenes and anything that we can find. All right, just do something different, kind of put ourselves out of our comfort zone and try to learn how to be a better photographer in a different genre, I guess is a better way of saying it. It's something I don't do a lot of, but something I need to learn how to do more of. So sit back, and next time we'll talk will be when we're down around the Findlay Street Market. Man, I can't even talk this morning. That's great. So thanks for coming along, everybody. All right, so we made it down to Findlay Market. We're in the Over-the-Rhine district of Cincinnati. It's a very old historic area. That's the sign leading into the market. Now, the Findlay Market is the oldest operating market, in the state. It's one of the oldest, if not the oldest, in the country. For continuous operations, been here forever, and this whole area is really interesting. If you don't know the history of Cincinnati, Cincinnati has a great, German root to it, and so we're big in brewing beer. At one time, it was Milwaukee and Cincinnati as the top two brewing cities, in the country. All right, now it's changed quite a bit over the years, but there's still a lot of beer brewed right here in this neighborhood where we're at. The most notable one is Sam Adams. All right, which we'll take some images down there. And then Rhinegeist, I know, is right here, just around the corner behind me. So let's walk in here and see what we can see.
Last time we talked, you had nothing to say. You chose to walk, give what we had away. I hope you get what you're looking for, but babe, with me, you close the door.
Now, there's a bakery here. Fresh bread and stuff here in the market, right here on this side. I'll turn around here and see. Now, the line right now is just a couple people, but you come here on a Saturday morning or a Sunday morning, and it stretches all the way out to the street out here. All right, and it stays like that. So, I mean, they do a really good job of bread. All right, so this little spice shop here called Colonel D, all right, right here. This is my wife's favorite place in this whole market. She comes down here anytime we're here. First place she hits is right here, and she'll buy whatever she finds that she likes. I mean, they have, if you look around, different spices and different rubs. If you're into barbecue, they've got different barbecue sauces. I mean, they've got a little bit of everything. See here. All right, and over here, this is a personal favorite right here. Look, yeah, every time we come here, she's in here looking at buying. Not even looking, she buys every time we're here.
Shattered when it took the hit. Oh, I can't imagine doing all that again, even for one night.
Alright, so this is my favorite place, called Mackie's Meats. You're seeing that right, filet mignon, $22.99 a pound, made to order, cut to order. They are fantastic. Come down here and get them and cook them out on my grill. They're fantastic. So, love Mackie's. Alright, so there's a bakery here across the street called Cherbourg, Cyprus. Has really good baked goods and really good coffee. And we come down here sometimes on a Saturday or Sunday morning and go in there and have a cup of coffee and you know, a Danish or whatever they may have for breakfast. Pretty nice. Alright, so let's walk over here by Sam Adams. Something going on with the street, but one of our little trams is coming, so I thought I'd sit here and wait and let you take a look at it. Not quite sure what the schedule is, how they run, but they run through this district here quite a bit. So, neat to watch.
End of the road, nowhere to go. You cut the ties, you burn the rope. So don't let me.
Alright, so now we walk up the street here towards the Samuel Adams Brewery. Alright, which I don't even know if you can see me very well because it's kind of in a dark place, but you know, dark, not personally, just in a dark, narrow area. The sun's not getting in here very well, but one of the things you notice as you walk through the Over-the-Rhine district is they have lots of murals, you know, lots of nice ones here. Look at this one. You know, they're everywhere. I mean, they're just fantastic. So take a picture of a couple here. Alright, so I'm standing here at the gate for the Sam Adams tap room. Now, it's not open right now, that's why the gate's closed, but this is one of my wife and I, our favorite places to come to down here on the weekends. You know, going to get a nice, you know, beer and maybe a flatbread type pizza and sit outside here and just enjoy it, no matter what time of year it is. This place can go from being very quiet to being packed, alright, very quickly, because right up the street here is the TQL Stadium for Cincinnati FC. So when there's a home game, I mean, this place is just rocking. You know, here, turn around so you can see. Now the brewery is across the street, all right, but they do make, you know, some specials, you know, limited edition, you know, small batches here in the tap room, and you can get them here, and they're, you know, depending on what they are, they can be spectacular. All right, so but over here across the way is the brewery, and they disguise it pretty well, all right, with this mural. And they do a good job of disguising it with the mural, and if you didn't really look hard, you know, you would struggle to know it's Sam Adams. I mean, for the longest time I didn't know. Right up the street here, you can kind of see on the side of the building they have the name Sam Adams. Hopefully you can see that, but I want to take a picture here of this mural, see if I can get that. So if you thought that all the Sam Adams beer was made in Boston because it's called Boston Lager, now you got a chance to know the truth. Good chunk of it's made right there. All right, right here in Over-the-Rhine district. All right, our neighborhood in Cincinnati. So I think what I'll do here is I'll work my way over towards Rhinegeist, see if I can get an image of that.
I don't need room to guess when it ends, it ends.
All right, so as you come down here towards Rhinegeist, I guess I didn't realize there's a lot of work going on the building. You can see here, it's not worth taking a picture of, but certainly want you to see that there's something going on, or reconstruction going on.
She told me before, and then she talked about, now as far as the investment goes, and I was like, is that all you went over to think about, was just money?
Now, Rhinegeist is a microbrew here in Cincinnati, along with, you know, Christian Moerlein and many others. All right, and several good beers. All right, and you can go into the clubhouse, the annex, and the lounge right there where the construction is. All right, for Rhinegeist. So again, if you're out and you see a Rhinegeist, you know it came right here from the Over-the-Rhine area of Cincinnati. And then here's the Moerlein bottling department building. Now, I'm not sure they bottle here today. This is definitely an old building from back in the day, and I have a feeling that where Rhinegeist is today is where Moerlein maybe was, you know, 50 years ago. But I'm going to take an image here of this building.
Last time we talked, you had nothing to say. You chose to walk, give what we...
All right, so that's it for at least today. All right, for this episode. All right, in the Leica Summer Series. All right, you know, Over-the-Rhine area, focusing mainly around Findlay Market. You know, trying to do it in 30 to 60 minutes. I had exactly 60 minutes because that was all the parking I could get. So we're, you know, gonna cut this video off here. You know, bought myself a breakfast sandwich, got a bottle of water while I was in there, so I didn't just go around, take pictures, and not spend any money. All right, so if you're looking for, you know, a nice area in Cincinnati to hang out in, you know, come and check out, you know, right here around Findlay Market and the Over-the-Rhine area is a pretty good place to be. You know, so put that on your list if you're ever in Cincinnati, something you want to check out. All right, a reminder on the Leica Summer Series that I'm editing every single, you know, image using PhotoLab 9, and if need be, I'm using, all right, PureRAW 6. Today's episode, I literally took the Leica out, left everything on auto. ISO, all right, shutter speed, aperture, all ISO, all set to auto just to see how it would turn out. So we'll see. Now, all the images are taken in RAW, but we will see what we get from doing it that way. I don't know. So hopefully we get some good images as we put this video together for you. All right, so just a reminder, this summer, DxO is running a summer special on PhotoLab 9 or PureRAW 6 if you want to buy them. If you don't currently have them and you want to buy them, all right, you can now get 20% off running from the 15th of June to sometime early in July. Right now the date escapes me. All right, there'll be a link, all right, down in the description of this video, all right, to the you know, discount code, which is Dewey Bing Summer 2026. All right, that's the discount code. That'll all be in the description down below if you want to use it. You know, that's totally up to you. You know, I've been using, you know, PhotoLab 9 and PureRAW here for a little bit. You know, for the most part, I find them to be a good substitute for Lightroom. What I do find is two things that I'm not, you know, real happy with. One I mentioned in an earlier video, which is you don't have any panorama capability. All right, the other thing is when you're looking at the removal tool, all right, it is more like about 2 or 3 generations ago in Lightroom. You know, not that it doesn't work in some cases, but it's not nearly as good or robust as what you see in Lightroom today. All right, so again, that's just my opinion for what I see. And if you're curious how it works, you haven't ever seen it, I did do a video on PhotoLab 9. You can go back and look that one up, and you'll see a demonstration of how, at least how I've been using it. All right, you know, from that standpoint, again, it's totally up to you. All right, so, you know, just an update on upcoming adventures this fall. I'll be joining Brendan Vanson again. This time we'll be going to South Africa. We're gonna spend some time photographing whales around Cape Town. Then we're gonna go up to Kruger National Park and spend some time on safari. So look forward to that. That'll be, you know, the trip is scheduled for mid to late October. So those videos will be in November. So look for that. Between now and then, it's a Leica Summer Series and anything else I choose to put together, because right now there is no other plan. So anyway, rambled long enough. All right, thanks for coming along. Appreciate each and every one of you. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Help us, you know, share the videos. We need to grow this channel. Need to, you know, increase the viewership. It would be greatly appreciated. All right, with that, beyond that, thanks for coming along. Till we see you again, stay safe.